With the release of Jurassic World Rebirth, we now have 7 Jurassic Park/World movies, so today I thought it was time for me to rank all of them. Please don't forget to check out that Twitter and that TikTok link. Those links are in the description. My name is SWNation, and you are free to comment down below your very own ranking of all 7 Jurassic Park/World movies, ranked from the worst to the best, just like me, or you could just do your favorite. With all that being said, guys, like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get right into our ranking. At number 7, we have Jurassic World Dominion, a funny story, actually. I first saw this film with my ex, and it was one of the best experiences ever. I loved it, and, at the end of the movie, we had our kiss and everything like that, and a couple months later, she dumped me. Yeah, so realistically, that's why it's at the bottom, because I had such a fun time with this movie. You guys go back to that ranking about 2-3 years ago. Yeah, it was at number 3. Now it's at the bottom of the list because she dumped me. I have a lot of memories surrounding that film with her, but YouTube-wise, though, it's a film that had all the potential given where it starts, with dinosaurs just roaming the planet, roaming civilian life, and I thought it was pretty cool. I watched the extended version of it, and the prologue makes so much more sense in hindsight of the theatrical version. But the film fundamentally chose the wrong story, focusing on these locusts. And they also bring in, our old cast members. Alan Grant is just wasted because he's a paleontologist, but he's in a hazmat suit walking around a lab facility. Like, he's taken completely out of his element. Narratively, nothing happens here as well as we end the film the same way it began. The rescue plot to rescue Blue's a child by the end is forced because they do so many big things leading up to that. It feels like an afterthought. But I love seeing the old cast meet the new cast, so that gives it some points. At number 6, we have Jurassic Park 3, such a forgettable film that's just a little bit better than Dominion because they put Alan Grant in his environment where he's allowed to shine. Additionally, these movies have always been about showing the terror of the dinos, and I love seeing that here again, especially with the emphasis of the raptors. I would have loved to see more pterodactyls, though. The side characters aren't fairly interesting, pretty annoying, and all the way manipulative. It goes back to the threat that dinos are, but nothing too interesting ever happens. Number 5, we have Fallen Kingdom. As much as I love that first half, why the hell is the second half of the film taking place in a basement at an auction? It's like you guys chose the darkest and most uninteresting story and mixed them together here. I appreciated the tenseful scenes on the island, delivering a gut punch as the dinos die, but it's also a negative because seeing the OG film, the dinos are majestic creatures and you love the fact that they're recreated and brought back to life, and seeing them die in a volcano just puts a bad taste in your mouth for the rest of the film. I didn't care for the cloning plot and certain side characters as well, but at least it has some nice horror elements and the feel of a 2018 blockbuster, because me personally, I think that's one of my favorite summers ever, and I watched this movie when it came out. Number 4, we have The Lost World. This primarily promoted itself as dinos in the big city, and that's only in the third act of the film. I like the fact that it has the skin and DNA of a direct sequel to the OG because Spielberg returns, but it doesn't have the magic of the original. Jeff Goldblum is fun here because he's a familiar character, so of course we latch on to him more, but I didn't care for his daughter. She's the most annoying character in the film, and it always reminds me of Atlantis. These sketchy people from Engine come in, and you guys think that they're good guys? Come on. I like it more than others, but also less than others. Number 3, we have Jurassic World Rebirth, the newest addition to the franchise. The haters are wrong. It's a great film. After years of seeing dinos as friends or pets, we see the terror and threat of them again. I always love stories like this where you have to go to different ecosystems of different species to extract blood, so it makes it a little bit more fun where you get to fight dinos on land, in the sea, and in the sky. You get likable characters again. The film makes you care about them, and when they die or are in danger, you fear for them. And I love that because they spend the first hour of this film getting us familiar with them so that when they do get into the terror and the danger of where they're going in that second half, you care what happens to them. You get some huge dino action and carnage here. The sequences are structured in ways that are nail-biting and tense, especially that T-Rex in the water sequence in the raft boat. That was incredible. That was one of the best Jurassic Park World sequences I've ever seen. I think we should have taken a couple of years off because Dominion was just 3 years ago, and this is not a start of a new era. It's not, an actual rebirth. It's a standalone story, and it treats itself as such. It does nothing to move the needle. It's just trying to tell a great story. But if you're anyone like me, you had a blast with this film. My runner-up at number 2 is the original. To me, you can't recapture the magic of recreating dinos again. Spielberg did his big one here, crafting a film that's iconic in every scene, right down to the majestic score. The tension of avoiding a T-Rex or hiding from velociraptors changes this film from magic to terror. All the characters are likable. The moral implications are an incredibly smart debate to have here. Spielberg, at the height of his game, at the height of his career, and at the time where it was possible technologically wise, crafted something special that still holds up today and still as magical as it was back then. As disaster movies in the 90s go, this one is probably the best one. But coming in at my number 1 has got to go to Jurassic World, a roller coaster of fun. This film feels like a Universal theme park ride as the park is finally open. The impact and imagination doesn't match the OG, of course, but it's visually more dazzling and just plain cool. Yes, it's dumb. Yes, it's laughable. Yes, it's loud. Yes, they make it clear that dinos aren't interesting, so they have to create a mutant dinosaur. Yes, all of that is dumb, all of that is weird, all of that is not what you want from a Jurassic Park movie. But you can't lie, as popcorn thrillers go, seeing Chris Pratt ride alongside velociraptors on a motorcycle is super cool. It's schlocky, it's a Taco Bell movie, it's cinematic fast food. All of it is that. But it's my Jurassic Park. It's the closest that these world movies have ever gotten to the original, and it's the perfect summer movie for me. This is why Jurassic World has to come in at number 1. Alright guys, that is it for the ranking. Please know that everything that I did say in this video was just my very own opinion, and you are free to comment down below your very own ranking of all 7 Jurassic Park / World movies ranked from the worst to the best, just like me, or you could just do your favorite. Please don't forget to check out that Twitter and that TikTok link. Those are in the description. And with all that being said, guys, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Peace.